First, Nutribullet. Is Nutribullet good? Is Vitamix worth it? If you're trying to figure out which blender is best for you or your family, this video is for you. If you're new here, welcome to Our Family B. My name is Brigitte, and on this channel, we make content about running a frugal, wholesome home. We believe life is better together, and we're trying to bring what we're learning to you. If that sounds good, or if this is the third or fourth time you're seeing my face, please consider subscribing and introduce yourself in the comments. If you've been researching or shopping for a blender, then you've probably seen specs and horsepower, amounts, and lots of other info, and those are great, but they don't tell you the whole story. That's what we're bringing you today as we compare our Vitamix next generation blender with our Nutribullet Pro 900 watt blender. Now, this video is not sponsored, so at the end of the video, regardless of our conclusions, we'll have the links for both blenders in the description box below. They're both affiliate links, which means we may earn something from the purchases, but you'll still get the same great prices and be able to take advantage of whatever sales are available. Thanks in advance for using those links if you decide to pick one up. This is a head-to-head competition between these two, making 3 different recipes we make in our home all the time: broccoli soup, a fruit smoothie, and homemade whipped cream. Round 1 is the broccoli soup. To make the soup, we started each container with a ½ pound of broccoli we had just steamed, as well as ½ teaspoon of garlic and 1 teaspoon of chicken bouillon powder. We also added 8 ounces of half and half and 8 ounces of water. We ran the Vitamix first because we knew how that would do. Ready?
Yes.
We slowly ramped up the power to full and let it run for just about a minute. You can see it got nice and frothy. Pretty good. We did the same thing for the Nutribullet, exact same measures of the same ingredients. Since it isn't too hot, we don't have to stop and start with the Nutribullet because sometimes you have to do that because of the heat pressure, so you want to be mindful of that. When they're both done, you can tell the difference visually. It's not drastic, but it's there, with the froth on top of the one from the Vitamix, so we tried them blind, and the difference was minimal, but clear.
Okay, don't look, just tell me how you like it.
Okay, good. If I had to guess, I would say the second one was the Nutribullet.
Why?
Just felt a little more, like a little less liquefied, but just like slightly. Okay.
You gave me the Vitamix second.
I did.
Yeah. It's smoother, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know
Did I guess right?
Yeah, you did. You guessed right. Yeah.
We did it very simply today to compare, but normally we would add like a whole clove of garlic and not pre-chop it.
Many cloves of garlic, yeah. Lots of cheese.
And we would keep it in the Vitamix to heat it up for 8 minutes, which you can't do in the Nutribullet.
So you'd have to take it out and put it on the stove. The Vitamix would have heated it up, yeah.
Yeah, and then also any chunks of like onion or something like that, it would just like totally liquefy it. You can add chunks back in, like chopped up broccoli if you save some instead of putting all of it in there. Pretty dang close. I'm actually really surprised. Turns out we could both tell the difference right away. Up next is round 2 with probably the most common thing almost everyone makes in a blender: a smoothie. Brandon loves mango and strawberry smoothies, so we kept it pretty simple and made one of those. For each smoothie, we used a pint jar, mostly full of frozen mango and strawberries, 4 ounces of milk, and 8 ounces of water. It should be noted that the Vitamix can manage with way less liquid, and we usually use less, but we knew there wouldn't be any way to compare if they didn't both at least have a finished product. For this round, we decided to do a duel. Let's do a duel! We wanted this to be as even as possible, so we both filled and started them at the same time. We then ran them both for the same length of time. And here's what we ended up with. And the Vitamix's much stronger motor is obvious because the end product is more frothy when it's this liquidy. Then we both tried them, and again, the results were clear.
Okay. I think I know the answer.
Thoughts?
Vitamix is better. It's smoother. Like, the Nutribullet one was good, and they're both pretty liquidy, more liquidy than I would usually like. But the Vitamix was perfectly smooth. Did you have any chunks in your Nutribullet?
There was like a couple little ice chunks and like a little bit of fruit bite. Definitely when you look at them, you can see the Vitamix is more like aerated.
Frothy.
Yeah, it has more bubbles. Normally we wouldn't add that much liquid, but we didn't want to have to keep going. Normally to my smoothies, I add spinach or some kind of like frozen spinach, kale, whatever. But
a lot of people don't, and we wanted to try something that we knew more people would try.
But I feel like in that case, definitely we would have seen a difference.
Oh, you'd have a lot of like fiber, yeah.
The Vitamix would have broken that up way better than the Nutribullet.
So Nutribullet's fine?
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, it's fine, especially if you're doing it liquidy. Like if you want more of a sorbet, like we did in our other Vitamix video, you like—
which we'll link right up here.
Yeah, you can't really do that. You can't use a tamper with the Nutribullet, so if it's not like touching it, it just stops. So you can't really like manipulate it at all. All right, on to the next one. Our third and final test is something we make all the time, and if you don't, you totally should. Homemade whipped cream. If you've never tried it, you're gonna like it. You can also like this video by smashing the thumbs up button. It really helps out our channel and tells us you want to see more videos like this one. We've included this recipe in another video before, which we'll link below. It's just ridiculously easy to make in the Vitamix, but we'd never tried it in the Nutribullet, so we honestly had no idea what to expect. We just poured a pint of heavy cream into each container along with a tablespoon of powdered sugar. We did the Vitamix first. Just turn it on and slowly crank the power up all the way. With this amount, it really only takes about 30 seconds in the Vitamix. When you see it starting to firm up, slowly turn the dial back down and then turn it off. The results were predictably thick and delicious looking. We did the same thing with the Nutribullet. We turned it on, watched for consistency, and it took about the same amount of time. Actually, I'm impressed. Wow. That's pretty good. Shocked, actually.
Okay, how was that one?
It tastes the same.
Tastes the same?
They taste the same. Yeah, I feel like it's pretty dang close. So round 3 is a total tie. But with 2 out of the 3 rounds and a tie in round 3, we have to call it for the Vitamix. We can recommend it for anyone with a family or who wants to make more than just basic smoothies, even at the cost. The warranties are excellent and Vitamix has great service. That being said, if you're a single person or your needs are simple or there's no way to make a Vitamix work in your budget, the Nutribullet Pro is still a great option at a much lower price. You can find links for either of these options below in the description box. Thanks for using those, as it can help out our channel without costing you any extra. If you're also looking at the Ninja, you can click the thumbnail to see our thoughts on how that compares to the Vitamix. If you're still here with us and you haven't yet, go ahead and smash the like button, and please consider subscribing. Thanks for watching, and until we meet again, don't forget, life is better together.